Okay, now we will continue with the subtopic 1.1. Follow steps to provide client protection. Okay, we will see what we can do. We will do the steps. So first, go to Windows. If you have a Windows 10, you will use Windows Update Settings. Click, and you will see that now check for updates, update the status, and check for updates. You will wait just a little bit, but as you can see, a few minutes ago I already did make that updates. Well, while we are waiting, we can go to advanced options, and well, this is very important because it can give you, for example, a different options that you want to choose. Usually, it's better to just leave it um, it is. But if not, say give me the updates for other Microsoft products when I update Windows. Usually I don't like that. Usually, for example, when you want to choose when updates are installed, so usually it's better to put in semi-annual channel. Before it was between manually and automatic, and now with the new updates of Windows, now we have this kind of window, and we have more updates that it will be very good to read. But for the lack of time, I think we will stop there. Okay, if you want to back, as you can see now, the updates are available. Actually, well, actually, I need to I can see just that it's already updated. Uh, and actually, you can see, for example, in the view style updates, you can see all the quality updates that I already did. Actually, for example, these keywords as very important is the hash codes. You can just find on internet, and they will explain you more about it. Actually, we can check if you want. We will see. Let me check the time. Okay. Uh, okay. For example, now we can check. We can go to Microsoft. Usually, it's Microsoft security bulletin. Just click enter, and you will click here Microsoft Security Bulletin TextNet, and this is the website that you can just check all the updates, and you can find the key V number. Remember that you find it here. Yes, so this is the comparison that you can have, right? So I think it's all for the time. I will stop it here. Okay, goodbye. Okay, just quickly, we will explain now the 1.2. Discuss procedures for keeping network server security up to date. Well, um, before that, we will explain a little bit about how the network how the net works. So, well, as you can see, we have here a server, we have a router, switch, a firewall, the internet, and finally we have the customer. This is the part where the customer, obviously, when the person wants to go to a certain websites, it could be malware there. So the way it is, how the scanning attacks are, is for example, the customer go to a specific website that they already have a virus, and well, as you can see, usually when someone want to hack the computer, the first part of the first fence is the firewall. Thankfully, we have a firewall, and after that we have the router. The router, you need to know about the DNS and the IP. But for example, for some ways, the hacker can just jump this part and go direct to the router and go to the server. And, and obviously, if you have a problem with the server, it can spread with the switch the the malware, and it can infect all the customers, all the PCs. So well, how we can prevent that? So for example, usually we can use antivirus too. In this case, for example, I will open my maximum security, that is Trend Micro, and you can activate um, the firewall actually in your own computer. For example, we can go to devices and we can just, for example, I usually have just security settings here that is on, and we have a health checkup. I already did it. Well, this is just features that is not very important. So we can go to privacy too, and we can just activate the privacy scanner, networking protection, and data theft prevention. So we can just go here and do OK. And as you can see, if someone wants to tap your data, you can just secure more your computer, put in a different password. And another way is, for example, social network protection. If you can just put it here, and you can be protected from all the websites. But usually I deactivate because I usually go to, I usually have, I know what the specific websites are very intrusive. So well, I will just disconnect. Yes. And finally, we have the privacy scanner that you can configure out the social network privacy and web browser privacy. Well, as this, I just want to explain that this is the way that the servers can work too. So it doesn't matter if it's a computer or is a server, is a similar way that you need to go with that steps. And actually, you can go to, for example, properties, networking control panel, yeah, security system networking, data status. For example, go to the Wi-Fi details, and it will show you all the details that where you are connected. When you have a server, usually you will need an IP address and the default gateway. The default gateway is the IP that the router has. And for the server, you have the DNS server that you can call by the IP8 or the name of, for example, the google.com is the name of the DNS. So you don't need to type you don't need to memorize the number of the IP. So I think I will just stop here because I already spent a lot of time. Okay, bye. Okay, the subtopic here is define an air gap computer and identify procedures to keep it secure. Okay, first we need to know what is an air gap. In this case, I prefer use this image because it's more understandable. As you can see here is an air gap computer. That means that, for example, someone wants to steal the data from another computer. How that computer can do that? Okay, perfect. So he can ask a friend of this computer A to say, hey, could you lend me for a moment your USB? Yeah, sure. Okay, so you guys you can just insert your computer and put the malware, and I say, okay, go, perfect. I will give you the USB. I give you a good video there. Okay, perfect. The computer A said, okay, let me check what you have. Okay, perfect. I don't see nothing. Oh, okay, sorry, it was a mistake. Perfect. Could you lend me again your USB? Yeah, sure, no problem. So go here again, and now, as you can see, now that the USB steal all the important data that the computer 8 has. So how can I prevent from air gap computer? Well, first of all, we can just separate in a different room the computer, so we will know that this one is insecure, is the stealer. We need to isolate it. The second, it could be just remove all the USBs that you may think that it will be suspicious. If it's possible, remove all the USBs. Another is turn off the computer if you won't use it. Another is it's better to use SSD drivers more than use a hard drivers. Well, obviously secure your data and keep an encrypted. And I think it's all. So I will stop here.